Hello, van fans. I mentioned about the insulation in the last video, but I had to redo that because the video was messed up. So I'll just go over quickly what's going on with insulation. To start with, the floor has a 1/2-inch foam board underneath, and of course the sound deadening that's under there too, and that along with 2 1/2-inch layers of plywood and then the vinyl on top. The floor is going to be about as warm as you can expect the floor to be. Inside the walls, I took out these panels and also took out this panel and this one, and I stuffed Thinsulate into every nook and cranny as deep as I could. I've got it stuffed into these pillars. You can see at the top, Thinsulate all through there. And what I plan to do with the roof, I've got one of the ceiling panels I've cut temporarily. You can see how they're going to go into place. We'll deal with that later. But there's just enough room the way I'm doing it to glue a layer of Thinsulate. There you go, see? And that'll be compressed up against the ceiling. So effectively, it's just like I was to glue the Thinsulate to the ceiling and put the ceiling up, because it's going to be just as right up against the ceiling and compact anyway. So that's the plan for insulation. I may at some point take these door panels off and insulate in there, but to be honest, I don't expect to do a lot of really cold weather camping, so I don't know if I'll bother with that or not. And now I'm almost finished having the floor prepared for installing in the van. This is the front section, and the rear section looks identical to it. The only difference is you can see underneath, well, you can't really tell, there's a bit of an overhang, and it's just the opposite on the other side so that it can go in, and that'll help to lock it into place. I've got the 2 pieces, 2 layers, glued down with wood glue, and then I got it screwed down. This thing is not going anywhere. You can see I countersunk all of the screws. That helps to give them a little more bite, and also when I get ready to lay the vinyl on top, see, these are tiny and they don't go very deep in unless you do countersink them. But anyways, I was saying, after I get it installed in the van, I'm going to wait to put the vinyl in until after I've finished all the other construction, just to save wear and tear and not take a chance on damaging the vinyl. As you can see, this is the L-track that's going to be mounted in the floor, and that will be attached in, and then the cabinets and the bed boxes will just be special bolts that stick up from here, and will go into the bottom of those. So they're not going to go anywhere. Right here, this is the hole that the bolts go into, that bolt the thing into the frame of the truck. And I made the hole big enough on the top so that the socket would go down, and tighten it all the way in. Of course, there'll be a washer to hold that into place. So the only thing left to do, I'm probably going to put a coat of water seal on the wood, just as an extra precaution before I put the vinyl on. And then there's going to be glued onto the bottom a 1/2-inch layer of foam board, and then I'm going to put it in the van. Today's project was to get this floor as much done as I possibly could. I ran into an issue early. I had already put the sound deadening around the wheel wells, but I had gone all the way to the floor, and it's exactly enough room for 4 feet of plywood to go in between them. So when I tried to slide the plywood into place, it was peeling and getting stuck in the kill mat. So I had to trim away just enough to get that first layer of plywood in. And after I did that, then I was able to drill some small holes here. I had precisely measured from the front and the side to where the hole is that the cargo anchors were bolted into the floor, because that's where I'm going to be bolting the floor into those holes. So I was really happy whenever I did a small test hole that I had hit dead center and the drill bit went all the way through into the bolt hole and didn't hit any metal. So sometimes things go right, not everything. But now I've got the pieces all cut. They're going to be glued and screwed into place and have this L-track in the middle, which is where I'll be bolting the bed and the cabinets into place. So it's time consuming, but I got a lot done today.